Hi, I'm Hub Arkush for Pro Football Weekly, along with our senior editor and fantasy expert, Mike Wilkening, and it's time for our PFW Week 9 edition of Exploit and Avoid. Players you want to make sure you have in your lineup in your fantasy matchups this weekend, and some guys you want to stay away from. And we will start with the Thursday night game, Wilkie, where there's a couple matchups you might be able to take advantage of.
Yeah, there are two guys I really like in this game. The first being Ryan Matthews, the Chargers running back. Look, he's had some fumble issues. Maybe this hasn't been the season anybody had expected out of him or this offense, but Kansas City's 23rd versus the run, and I really think Matthews ran pretty well in tough conditions at Cleveland last week, so I think he's someone that moves up. And then Chiefs wide receiver Dwayne Bowe is another guy I like. 7 catches, 108 yards, and a touchdown versus the Chargers in the last meeting between the teams. The Kansas City offense isn't very good, but I think they're going to be throwing a lot in this game. I think it's a good matchup for him. I think there could be more points than people expect on Thursday night.
And in that Dwayne Bowe matchup, if you just got around to dropping Matt Castle and adding Brady Quinn, make sure you get Castle back. He'll be the starter for the Chiefs Thursday night. Brady Quinn out with that concussion. Now, matchups to avoid. Let's start with the Ravens quarterback, Joe Flacco, at Cleveland. This is interesting.
This is really as much a fact of Baltimore being on the road than anything else, because Joe Flacco has been a completely different player on the road as opposed to being at home. He's only 50% completion percentage on the road. He has struggled in his 3 starts away from home. The Browns defense is a little bit better than it was before. Joe Hayden being back, I think, makes them a tougher matchup than the first meeting between these teams. I just think you can't start Joe Flacco with any confidence on the road, therefore you can't start him.
Now, the Colts are at home. Their running backs, Donald Brown and Vic Ballard, haven't exactly been tearing anybody up. But in the Miami Dolphins, they're going to see arguably the most underrated team, certainly the most underrated defense in the NFL.
Well, we've got 2 negatives here when looking at this situation. First of all, Miami's a very good run defense, 3rd fewest rushing yards allowed in the game. Secondly, we've got a committee situation. You've got Donald Brown and Vic Ballard both getting a good number of carries. So there's probably less yards to go around between the 2 guys, and you've got 2 guys fighting for those carries and yards. It's a negative. Stay away from this situation.
All right, Mike, that'll do it for this week's edition of Avoid and Exploit, or Exploit and Avoid, whichever way you want to look at it. For all the best in news, notes, and analysis, and scoops and rumors before they happen, make sure you dial up ProFootballWeekly.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.